justified in your point. Have you ever got in an argument with somebody and you got a conflict with somebody and you went back and forth and you just waiting on them to finish because you knew that the points and the evidence or whatever point that you had, you was like, I'm finna blow them out of the water. And have you ever just decided it's not worth it? Have you ever, some of y'all say, no, we gonna get all of this out. Have you ever just decided in an argument and discussion, it's not worth the long conversation. It's not worth going in depth with every single point. Have you ever just said, you know what, we just gonna agree that it was and we just gonna what? We just gonna move on. There's some people say I can't do that. And why they say I can't do that? Because they say I gotta be right. But here is God's love to us. God's love to us says, I saw the evidence. I saw what you did, and I chose to dismiss your case. Like, that's an aspect of love. So if you're operating in God's love, how you're operating in God's love is not to seek justice from all the people that are around you. That's not what it's about. If you're operating in God's love, it is not to show to everybody around you that I'm right. If you're operating God's love is a healing component where you're saying, listen, I want us all to be back in a right state. Not that I just want to be right or find out who's right or get to the bottom of it. Sometimes by getting to the bottom of an issue, you've destroyed many relationships. Sometimes by getting to the bottom of a particular thing, have you ever asked a person why they did what they did? Some people can't answer. Half of us don't know why we do half the stuff. I don't know why. Half the time I'm in some drive-thrus, the way somebody said, why you in the drive? I just landed here. Sometimes you just go places, you do things, you just talk to people, you send me a calling people, and sometimes you find yourself, I don't really know everything. And sometimes by drilling a person and getting to the bottom of a particular thing, yeah, you won, but you lost. So what point is it? There's some people say, get them. They were wrong. Go, hey y'all, let's go get them. But there's going to be a point where it's going to be your turn. So notice what the scripture is saying. The scripture is not saying that you're not right to judge. The scripture is not saying that you don't have a right because of the incident to condemn. It's just saying, don't you do it, not if, but when your time comes, I'll make sure we dismiss your case too. Now, if you want to follow through with somebody else's case, it doesn't mean that you're not going to go to heaven. So I want you to, let's read it again, verse 37. Judge not, and you shall not be judged. Condemn not, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you shall be forgiven. Now, you don't have to forgive. It's possible to not forgive and go to heaven. It's possible to condemn everybody who you see fault in and still go to heaven. It's possible to judge people and still go to heaven. But here's the catch. You can never make a mistake. Like, you gotta be God. It's possible, right? It's possible. So you can condemn. It's not saying you can't go to heaven, but what Jesus is talking to his audience as, I know y'all gonna mess up.